Hello friends, how are you doing? I'm Dr. Prabir Basu, your consultant neurologist friend and who is also a men's health expert. But today, my dear friends, I'm going to talk about the benefits of having a good sleep. Okay, I had a similar video. You just go back. You can see my video. I'm showing you the link. But let me tell you a story. I love stories. Okay, so while I'm shooting this video in Calcutta, it's very cold outside. So you can understand when we are getting up in the morning at around 5:30, when the alarm rings, just open up your eyes. Outside is very dark outside. Let's sleep for a few more minutes. Just snuggle inside your blanket. That happens to me, happens to everybody. Then again, when actually you snooze the alarm, okay, and then the alarm rings back after half an hour. Oh my God, I've got some duty to do, some appointment to attend. So what do? You have to get up quick, huh? Then you wash your face, grab a cup of coffee and try to energize yourself, huh? So basically you work in the auto mode, huh? So go in auto mode. This happens to you, this happens to me, this happens to everybody. Okay, this is a normal state, happens to everybody. So whenever you're in auto mode and we do all this morning course, huh, in our automatic mode, and after quite some time we get awake. Now this happens, and this actually in a short term, okay, fine, nothing will happen, but the long term situation, what really happens is it actually is not very good. It actually decreases our health benefit, decreases our productivity levels. There's a person called Sean Stevenson. He said that a man's intellect, okay, it's the mental status, intelligence, okay, the emotional status and the physical performance are all dependent upon the quality of sleep he gets at night. So a good energetic work during the daytime will depend upon how good you slept the previous night. That's very important, because sleep is, my dear friend, is an active process. It's not a passive process that you go on sleeping throughout the day. It's an active process. It's an anabolic process. During the time you get, basically you're sleeping, but your brain actually processes whatever you have seen throughout the day, whatever you learned throughout the day, and whatever you heard throughout the day. Basically it's assimilating all the information to make it more important, viable when you go to the work the very next day, right? Otherwise whatever experience you gathered won't be of any use the very next day in the future, right? Also plus, added to the fact, it's a good immune booster. Obviously, we need a good immunity. Now you know that we need a good immunity, and it also helps to energize. It helps in muscle. It prevents a muscle breakdown. It happens when you go to gym, you go to the hard work. We all work a lot, isn't it? So all the damaged cells gets repaired, and all the metabolism gets tanked up. Okay, that's all very important, right? So all these things happen during the period of sleep. So much so that our young friends, we get to know of a new term called hustle. Everybody's saying hustle. All the startup friends, they say hustle, and just put down on your sleep a bit and increase your work time. My dear friends, I want to tell you, though it may sound very stupid, why this fellow is saying go on to sleep. On the short term, you may have some gain, but the long term, but think of long term, my dear friends. Think of long term. In the long term, it will decrease your productivity. So the smartest production hack, okay, productivity hack is getting a good night's sleep. Okay, I'm saying good night's sleep because I'm talking about the normal individuals who work in a daytime and sleeps at night. But a person who is on night shifts regularly will have a different set of system. So in this context, I want to tell you a few of my hacks or tips. Okay, the first tip, my dear friend, is that follow a routine. Now, because we normally tend to be outside routine, but the body is programmed like to follow a set pattern of routine, a set protocol. Now what really happens, you heard of this thing like 5 a.m. club, 6 a.m. club. I'm not saying anything wrong about it. It's very good, because they have been reported that all the CEOs, multimillionaires, multi-billionaires, they get up very early because they feel that their productivity is because they can keep focusing on the self-improvement in the morning, because everything is so nice and quiet and this thing. But I want to tell you, my dear friend, it all depends on you. And there's a very good saying by a person called Kulri Chaudhary. He's a known influencer on social media. He said that investing in sleep is like investing in stock markets. Okay, that whatever in stock market, the most important thing, how much you invest is not very important. Vis-a-vis the time you invest. Okay, the time you invest, or the time you take out the money from the stocks. I mean, from the stock market. The thing is, it's very important. It all depends upon what is your work schedule. The only focus is that I have to be energetic throughout the day. That's it. And if that means I need to go to sleep at that 10 o'clock, I need to get up at 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock, go to sleep at 11 o'clock, get up at 7, 8 o'clock, that's okay. That's okay with you. Okay, but follow the routine. Some aberration is okay. We do a lot of aberrations from the normal routine, but you have to stick to normal routine. That when the magic thing happens, that your sleep is actually becoming a anabolic process, just pumping out energy to your body to get totally energetic throughout the day. Now come to my hack number 2, is to know the sleep patterns. Now you can tell me, you can ask me, Dr. Basu or Dr. Prabir, is why are you saying this? Now this is totally technical stuff. Now sleep patterns, knowing about all the sleep cycles. I'll tell you one very important thing. I'll come to this. Let me tell you one thing. Sleep cycle, there's something called a sleep cycle. It happens in a staged form, okay? Sleep cycle. So there's stage 1 of sleep and stage 2 sleep. It's known as a light sleep, okay? This is 50% of the stage of this sleep cycle, okay? In stage 1 of light sleep, what really happens is after the initial 5 to 10 minutes when we just go to sleep and the initial closing my eyes and getting into the trance, some utensil falls from that bucket and something happens and some clang sound happens and you get up, okay, like that only. Now, so this is a very initial part. Now the stage 2 sleep, this part of the superficial sleep or the light sleep, is when, this is the most important part, the maximum part of the light sleep, okay, is when your body temperature goes down, your heart rate comes to a very optimum stage, your blood pressure comes down, so you're falling asleep. It's like you're falling asleep, okay? Now your mind getting a lot of cooling off the mind. And it's not very easy to wake you up in that light sleep stage 2. So after this, you go to the stage 3 and 4 deep sleep. What really happens in stage 3 and 4 deep sleep is that plus all these activities that happens, now the brain function goes down. So it's also the brain comes to a rest, okay? But a normal body processes are going at a very low level. It's actually the time when all this muscle building and metabolic processes takes place, okay? They're very important, okay? This is very important, okay? So actually what the body assimilates everything. All the diet, good thing you had in the previous day, all things are getting assimilated. The next day you getting energetic. Okay, so the mental and the physical part are getting assimilated, and the productivity of your body gets increased. This is stage 3 and 4 sleep. Stage 5 sleep is known as the REM sleep or the rapid eye movement sleep. What really happens is that, contrary to what we believe that we didn't dream that night, we are having these short dreams, okay, of dream phases. When our eyeballs are moving, when you just open the eyeballs of a sleepy person, you see the eyeballs are moving around. This is the deepest form of sleep, and here the brain is again gets active. Okay, the brain is active because we are dreaming. We are thinking of something subconscious. This is when the subconscious, all these things are subconscious mind, the power of the subconscious mind are deeply rooted on this REM sleep. Now you can tell me, what does it happen to me? How does it help me? My dear friends, the whole sleep cycle is 1.5 hours, okay, 90 minutes. It's like that only. It's God has created. It's all everything. It's all the calculations like that only. And it's been said that you need at least 4 cycles throughout the night to have a proper, functional, restorative sleep. What does it mean? You don't need to go on sleeping throughout the day. You need to get this 4 cycles minimum, or maybe 5 cycles maximum. Pure sleep. So get up in the morning. You feel fresh. Ready for your action, okay? Now, my dear friends, a lot of this technological things like smartwatch and smart rings. Now people are wearing smart rings, so which tracks their sleep patterns. You don't have to go into all this technological these things, deep depths. The basically what really happens is, if you can calculate simple mathematics. Say you need a 1.5 hour of this sleep cycle into 4, make it 6 hours of sleep is required throughout the body. Okay, fine. That is on an average. I make it an average. Now it has been seen that if a person gets awake, is made to he is wakened during his REM sleep, the latter part of his deep sleep, he is not that energetic. He feels worse. Why did you wake me up, my dear friend? It's like that only. But somehow, if he gets woken up in the phase 2 of your light sleep, is very energetic. That's the concept of a power nap. Okay, take a small thing in the afternoon. Just go to a power nap. I do it very often and very helpful, I can tell you. Just 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and after that you will feel totally energetic. Why? Because you have this light sleep and then you're getting awakened in the light sleep. So basically you're fully energized. So if you go to deep sleep phase and then you get woken up, then you will not be that energetic. Okay. So if you can make it like that, I will go to sleep at 11 o'clock. Okay. So 11 o'clock doesn't mean that I go to sleep and I will fall asleep at 11 o'clock. Take 10 minutes, 5, 10. As I say, not the stage 1. With all the ambient environment being totally at par with your this thing, then it will take 5 to 10 minutes to fall asleep. So maybe you're getting to sleep at 11:10. So calculate 6 hours from that. So it will be about, say, 5:10. And you put your alarm clock, say about 20 to 25 minutes after that. Okay. So you get up at 5:30. So what really happens is, you're getting awakened in the stage 2 of the light sleep. So very energetic. That's very important. That is the most important. So you don't get up and say, okay, let me sleep again. You try this. This is theoretical. I can understand this theoretical. But try to incorporate this theory in your normal daily routine. You'll see the magic. Okay. I promise you will see the magic. So when you see that, then you get awakened. No, I will do this. Okay, I've got to do this, right? I've got my routine previously set up. I want to do this right now. It happens like this, my dear friend. Hack number 3 is, try to get out in the sunlight early morning. Okay, I can understand it can be cloudy day, it can be a rainy day. These are all aberrations from the routine. Okay, but if you get up in the morning, just soak in some amount of sunlight. What really happens is it activates your biological clock. Okay, it activates your biological clock. Now this is from the times immemorial, from the stone age of our great ancestral forefathers. What they do is that they get up early in the morning, they go to work. And when the night comes in, the evening shuts in, then they go to sleep. Now we are not going to sleep at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. But the body is made like this, so that the energy levels are highest at the daytime and they just plummet after the evening. This is a normal process. If you have your work schedule otherwise, then you have to do according adjustments. But otherwise, try to follow this routine. Tip number 4 is, as I always say, stay away from mobile devices, laptops, tabs, half hour before you go to sleep. I'm not asking for to go off 1 hour before. I'm not saying half hour is enough. Because all this blue light, it emits, if you stare at this screen, what really happens is that it decreases your melatonin levels. Okay. So when the melatonin levels come down, your stress hormones gets up. Simple thing, okay? And if your melatonin levels goes up, your stress hormones goes down. It's a seesaw effect, okay? So you get unnecessarily stressed. You know what happening? I mean, we get up in the morning, I've slept well, but why it's happening to me? Right? So all this hormonal imbalance that takes into place if you have so you put in a blue filter, okay, you put in the read mode, orange mode, all this orangish view that comes. You can put in the orange sunglasses, orange glasses also. The orange glasses are also being marketed today. So you can do this, or just don't use a mobile device half hour. Just put a diary and just write down your goals for the next day. That helps, my dear friends. That really helps. I do the same thing. Now the other 2 hacks I tell you is, during night you totally shut off everything, all the lights, blinking lights in your room. So the room must be totally dark. No noise. Try to make it as silent as possible. And very important, try to make it cool. You stay yourself cool while you go to sleep. Coolness doesn't mean only the external temperature, ambient temperature. That also needs to be cool. I'm not saying cold, but ambient. It must be optimum temperature, okay, according to your place you are in. Right, so some place in Calcutta won't be about 15 degrees, 16 degrees, while some place in the abroad in the Western countries, in the UK, will be something very low. That depends upon your total environment. Second, the most important thing what I want to stress upon is the coolness must also come from inside, my dear friend, inside. It sounds storytelling, but I tell you what, throughout the day, we are bombarded by all these negative things. Huh? All people are scared of, going through all this. You can understand there's a lot of negativity in our body throughout the day. Okay, so you need to shed out this negativity, my dear friend, before you go to sleep, or else your body won't cool off. Even though think your AC is on and your fans are running and it's very cold, you're putting a jacket, but inside your negativity is burning the whole system down. So you need to burn out this negativity out. How can you do it? Do a journaling. Okay, get this sort of thing, diary, and jot down whatever negativity you had throughout the day. All those frustrations, sadness, and all those anger. Vent them out, my dear friends. Don't keep it for the next day. Vent them out, okay? And keep the positivities inside. So, say, suppose you have this diary like this, and on one side you write that, okay, all this negativity, and the other side you put a gratitude note. So I'm happy that because this has happened to me. I'm happy because, okay, it may sound very stupid at first, no? This thing actually helps, my dear friends. Putting on a gratitude. Now, Ariana Huffington is a very well-known social media expert. Okay, she also does the same thing. She also maintains a journal. She also puts down all this negativities aside when it writes down. She also have a gratitude diary also. She also maintains, and she has a lot of followers who follow her blindly. Why don't we blindly follow things which are going to be helpful for us? Okay, so what she says that before you go to bed, you must disconnect from all these technologies and try to reconnect with your inner self. It sounds very spiritual, but my dear friend, it actually helps. Fine, it actually helps. So before I go off, I need to say that you don't need to have a full belly before you go to sleep. It's very important. You just schedule your dinner maybe an hour and a half before. So don't have a full belly. Keep your dinner light. It's very important. Keep your dinner light, and don't exercise just before. Don't go to the gym before you go to sleep. That's the most important thing. So that's all, my dear friends, for today. We will be meeting again. And if you feel like you can join my Facebook group on Male Health, I'm just showing you all the details. And if you want to ask me any questions, and if you ask me, just write in the comment section, or you can mail me in the mail ID. I'm just putting it inside this section, so we can interact. So you can also write to me that whatever the next video you want to me to do this in this fashion, in storytelling fashion. Okay, so till then, stay fit and be healthy, and we will be meeting again. Bye bye.